Well, hello Horror Nights in family, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. First and foremost, it's been almost 2 months since I uploaded on this channel, and I do want to apologize for that. And not to bore you with the reasons why, because the only thing that matters now is that I'm here and I'm back. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, hello and welcome. My name is Crystal. And on this channel, I talk about all things strange, creepy, and spooky on the internet. I will be uploading a brand new video on this channel every single Wednesday. I also have a podcast where I talk about horror movies, the good, the bad, the old, and the new. And I upload a brand new podcast episode every single Monday. And on this week's episode, I explored Scream, the franchise. I go in depth about the franchise and some things that may not always have the limelight. The link to that podcast episode is in the description box below. You can also follow me on all my social media if you want. So with that being said, let's get into the fucking video. Get into the facts, I want to set the scene for you. So sit back and listen. It's late and you realize you haven't taken your dog out for its nightly walk because you've been lounging around all day, relaxing and enjoying your day off. But he is nudging you to take him on his walk. So you get up off the couch, put your shoes on, put his leash on, and make your way into the cold, dark night. You take the normal route, but on your way back, you both hear something to the right. It's dark, so you squint, and you see someone or something staring at you with a white face, and you can see the glint of something shiny in its hand. And as you're staring into the woods, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. The thing then comes out of the woods, and you can finally make it out as a clown coming right for you. So this isn't exactly what happened to a woman back in 2016 in North Carolina, but it's pretty close. According to Fox8.com, the woman told police that she saw a clown wielding a machete, and the clown was trying to lure her into the woods around 11 p.m. that previous night. The woman said the clown, who appeared to be a man, had red hair and a red nose and was wearing black gloves, a black tie, and white shoes. So this clown sighting was actually a later sighting. A student from High Point, also located in the same area of North Carolina, reported seeing a man dressed as a clown near his high school one Tuesday morning, also back in 2016. And similar reports were also made when a man saw a clown near the wooded area behind his apartment complex, also in the early morning. It seemed as if these sightings were made in similar areas around North Carolina and South Carolina, but then one post went viral on Facebook around the same time in Florida from a woman witnessing a clown lurking in the brush along a dirt road. Some reports even mentioned that children claiming that they were offered candy by a clown that was trying to lure them into the woods. And then the clown sightings got bigger and bigger and made their way up to my little state of Pennsylvania. In Pottsville, Pennsylvania, there were reports of 2 people wearing clown-like clothing driving a pickup truck, antagonizing teens and children. York College, also located in Pennsylvania, sent out a safety alert to the students on campus after receiving 8 different clown sighting reports from the students. And more sightings were reported in Virginia, Ohio, Wisconsin, and New York. But did you know that this clown sighting phenomenon is really nothing new? Back in 1981, clowns were seen in Boston and the neighboring towns throughout New England. The clowns would coax children into vans with candy and were given the name the Phantom Clowns due to their elusive nature. So what is it about clowns that make us cringe in fear? Should we look for answers from Stephen King and Pennywise? Or maybe even John Wayne Gacy? Or what about the evil clown that lives under the bed in Poltergeist? Or were all these 2016 sightings some kind of publicity stunt for a horror movie? So the idea of clowns can be traced back to 2400 BC, but unlike court gestures, clowns served a social, religious, and psychological role. And traditionally, the roles of the clowns were played by priests. But this idea evolved with time, and their role was more in tune with being a grown-up who just wanted to have fun, and part of that fun was a bit of mischief. But what I think truly tarnished the idea of a clown was John Wayne Gacy. His public face was a friendly, hardworking guy who was also a registered clown, who went by the name, of course, Pogo. But between 1972 and 1978, he sexually assaulted and killed more than 35 young men in the Chicago area. So let's go back to this publicity stunt idea. So back in August of 2016, 5 photos of a strange clown roaming around a vacant parking lot under a bridge in downtown Green Bay, Wisconsin went viral, and they were picked up by Fox News and USA Today. And suspicions were circulating that the clown in the photos was actually related to a horror film. And yes, this was confirmed by Wisconsin filmmaker. The film was called Gags, and it was released in 2018. And it centers on an unidentified man in the Green Bay area who captured worldwide attention for roaming the streets dressed as a clown. Since then, people have tried to figure out why these strange sightings were occurring. And from my research, many believe that it was all just a hoax. I do have a theory though, and it circles back to the thrill of scaring people, social media, and wanting in on the hype. So the thrill of scaring people can be fun and harmless when it comes to safely scaring. And what I mean by that is like when we watch horror movies, when we go to a haunted house, or when we play a horror themed video game. When it goes wrong is when people decide to take it into their own hands and stand in the woods with a clown mask on. Then of course there's social media. One thing you have to remember about a viral video, especially now with the influx of TikTok, is most of the things that we see are not real. Now, I'm not saying that the sightings from 2016 are staged, but as I continued to do my research, clown sightings were actually making a comeback last year. Yeah, 2020. I remember people tweeting that clown sightings were the last thing that we needed in 2020. And just like that, videos started popping up all over TikTok about that just thing. Since then, nothing really has been mentioned, but as I said, with the influx of viral videos on TikTok, you never really know that if what you're watching is real. So let's go back to 2016. It was the year of the bottle flipping trend, the mannequin challenge, and Pokemon Go was taking over everybody's free time. And it's no surprise that people were looking for a way to go viral even if their faces were covered. So what happens to these clowns when and if they get caught? Well, considering the sightings occurred in Florida, Georgia, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, Utah, and Washington have pretty much come to either nothing happening, they've been debunked, or they just resulted in more arrests due to false reporting. So what do you guys think? Was this whole thing real? Was it just a hoax? Was it just people trying to scare other people because they were bored? Was it social media just playing a huge game of telephone? And why did it become such a hysteria? Well, we may never know. But remember, if you do see a clown and you're not watching a horror movie and you're not in a haunted house, don't panic. Just do what I do and run away. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure you stay tuned for my next video. Also, do you guys like my new background? I think it's pretty cool. New videos on this channel drop every single Wednesday, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Also, stay tuned for my next podcast segment called Whisper Down the Alley, where every Friday night in October, starting this week, I share a spooky story to get you in the mood for all things scary and unnerving. And as I said, don't miss my main podcast where I put new episodes out every single Monday. And finally, remember to stay safe and stay spooky. And as I said, you can follow me on my social medias if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.